What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another lucky dip. And I wanted to give a big shout out to friend and champion of the channel, Philip, one of the first people to start sharing an enormous amount of music with me. And yeah, we're going to go through the folder again that's full of artists I'm either not familiar with at all, as in the case here, or in some cases, as with DJ Tomcraft, the last time I was in this folder. It's an artist I did know, but it's a track I had never heard, and it came from later than the tracks I do know by him, so it was a nice chance to hear his progression into a different genre, or at least a different type of production. And so yeah, ultimately we're going to listen to a tune by Eastern Bloc. I reacted to a really great tune earlier in the session called Russian Radio by a group called Red Flag. So it feels appropriate to react to Russian Radio and Eastern Bloc in the same evening. Nevertheless, I'm not familiar with their work. Philip did mention to me that this track is a Patti Smith cover. I chose the track because I enjoy the title name, Dancing Barefoot. It just has this, common man, salt of the earth, everyday kind of experience. Certainly for people in recent times when music accessibility is much more widespread and available. But yeah, like I said, it speaks to being overjoyed by music to the point where even in domestic or, simple settings, you get up and you dance barefoot. Again, I'm sure there are many people who dance barefoot in a more professional setting, but it makes me think about a simple form of dancing that any person might do when listening to good music. So, yeah, and not being overly familiar with Patti Smith, only knowing her really by reputation, knowing that she's seen as an influence in the early punk scene. Yeah, I have respect for her legacy, but I don't really know her music, so I don't think I've heard this original. So let's find out what it is. This is Eastern Bloc and their cover of Patti Smith's tune called Dancing Barefoot. Sounds a bit darker than I was thinking. Often draws me in. I understand. She is sublimation. Sublimation. Is the essence of I did not expect to hear that word in this song. It's concentrating on me, the chosen of she. Here I go. This feels like it could be the Animals or something, it's got that organ sound, but also the artsy rock vibes. She is recreation, she intoxicated by the she has the slow sensation that he the organ touches is levitating with she. era, right? Addiction and like a siren song, but I didn't hear that if that's what I heard before that. I fell for you. It's like, if I heard that right, it changes a lot of what I was thinking about the song. I was thinking about you know, as a woman, as, you know, maybe a partner, former partner, potential partner. It felt like it was interpersonal, but then again, even with addiction, I was thinking that was maybe the way it was running. But then again, if I heard that heroin line right, then it changes everything I was thinking about the song. But yeah, sonically, I really enjoyed that. As I said, at different points, it was giving me some different vibes. Again, like an animal sort of vibe, because it had that organ sound, but also a really atmospheric and artistic sound, you know, rock sound. So yeah, I'm not sure when that would come. As you know, as I do these lucky dips now, I feel obligated to guess at the time period. I don't know, Eastern Bloc. Surely we're talking. Again, I don't remember exactly when Eastern Bloc in Western parlance began to be used, but ultimately, I feel like it's got to be at least 80s. My guess is more 90s. I'm going to say, I don't know, first half of the 90s. Surely, yeah, this is the least confident I've been in a temporal guess in any of these reactions, because I feel like, again, it was giving me vibes of a group that I think is famous for their tracks in the 60s, so like, yeah, I feel like I'm all over the place, but I'll guess 90s, and a more specific guess maybe first half of the 90s. But I await correction there. But a cool tune, like a tune that I think, especially that organ layer, added a great deal to it, and gave it a different dimension than it might have otherwise had. It sounds like it's about darker things than I was thinking in advance. So yeah, like, you know, Dancing Barefoot, I'm thinking about a jubilant expression of, you know, human creativity and feeling. It sounded more like a compulsion. That's like, this strange music, I can't turn away from it, and I'm addicted to it. And, you know, suddenly it's like, if I heard that heroin line right, it's like, oh, all these things as metaphors about, you know, being unable to turn away from that, and, you know, the feeling that it gives you. I felt like, you know, it could be a very different thing. So I'm not quite sure what happened with this one, but I enjoyed the experience of it, and I enjoyed the sonics of it. So yeah, do let me know. I'm sure Philip will comment. Any others who know about Eastern Bloc, feel free to give it a shout. And yeah, I think we will continue to go through this in the Izzy Dips, because he's now sending me a lot of tracks that I have no background for, so I'm probably gonna, you know, bounce back and forth between them. But yeah, so ultimately I'll try to keep these going. You know, it's gotten to the point where even Atlas, I don't think it'd like hold all the different deep dives that I'm going without a couple dropping off, and oh wait, I forgot about that one, I gotta pick it back up. So if that happens, if I go too long without a lucky dip, just comment. It's like, oh right, my bad, I'll get right back to that. So in any case, let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.